Welcome to People and Profit, your essential business briefing. Coming up, how do you compete with technology's biggest names? We speak to two French firms with global ambitions. Staying private online, have we reached a turning point in how we manage our data on the internet? And who's afraid of artificial intelligence? What the technology could change for us in the coming years. Now, 2018 will stand out as a year when internet users got a shock about how their personal information is used online. The Cambridge Analytica scandal was a wake-up call for even the most careful of us. So what does it mean for online privacy, and how do regulations like GDPR change things? Well, to discuss this, I'm joined by two leaders from the French tech scene, both offering alternatives to those big technology companies. Rand Hindi is the CEO and co-founder of Snips, which has created a by-design voice-activated assistant. And Leandri is the co-founder and CEO of Qwant, the European search engine. Thank you to you both for joining us. Rand, I'd like to start with you. Has the conversation changed about privacy because of that data harvesting scandal? Are people more conscious now than they were before?
I think it started actually a few years ago when messaging apps started adding encryption by default. The change in perception for consumers went from, I didn't even know I could have an encrypted messaging service, to it's absolutely necessary today that people cannot read my messages. And I think the whole data harvesting scandal with Cambridge Analytica was just really the consequence of 20 years of abusive data tracking that put in place the platforms that enable that. It was just a matter of time before someone was going to do it anyway. So it just shows that we're at this tipping point today where it's starting to completely break down and people are starting to fight back.
Okay, well, and now, do you feel that this is something that could turn people away from big technology companies, could divert people towards Qwant and other services as well?
Well, it happens. When you have the scandal of Cambridge Analytica, for days I have a growth of 20% by day in terms of new users. But no, it will not diverse all the people from big tech giant company. What will change and what is totally different today is the fact that on Facebook yesterday you were typing everything. You post anything. Today, they have a growth in Facebook users, but you should look at what is on Instagram, what is on WhatsApp, and what is on Facebook. And on Facebook, you change the way you are typing things, because now you start to understand that your message are just not just message. They could be used to target you and gain, let's say, a kind of control about what you should see and what you should not. And as a Corsican guy, I hate to be controlled, and so it's why I launched Qwant, to have the freedom of choice.
So what's different when a user uses Qwant compared to when they search for something in Google?
We have absolutely no idea if it's you or me who is searching for something. So we anonymize your IP address when you arrive on Qwant, and so all the results are the same for you and me. So it's neutral, no filter bubble. We not change the result to try to bring you a view of that world. We want to give you the view of that world.
Okay. I mean, GDPR, the EU regulations changing data privacy, a big shift. I mean, everyone got all of those emails from however many companies, often reminding us that they had information about us to begin with. I mean, what changed for your company as a result of GDPR?
For my company, absolutely nothing.
And why?
In the sense that we've been GDPR compliant forever. Like, we've built Snips with this idea that our AI assistants should know nothing about the people using them. Like, we have zero data whatsoever. So if anything, GDPR has made a tremendous, it has changed a lot the perception of our customers using our product. Because we went from being the company that had an ethical approach to AI to being the first company that's compliant with the privacy regulations. And quite frankly, I think there is nothing better for a company than a regulation that goes your way. Like, that's as good as it gets in terms of, market.
So is this an opportunity for Qwant and for Snips to move in, I suppose, and show that you have these privacy elements that perhaps don't exist elsewhere?
Like Ron just said, when you are GDPR compliant, and for Qwant we are even e-privacy compliant, and you can choose the e-privacy you want, a very strong one or weakest one. At the end, we are totally compliant because we go beyond that. We go further to all these laws to protect the customers that we have. But the difference today is We can do partnership in 2 seconds with people who does healthcare. And for example, we just released Qwant Medical and Surgery 4 days ago. And we have already made one surgery medical intervention with world premiere. So with AI, without knowing the patient. You can do a lot of things today. You can work with tons of companies. And yesterday, they were looking for the big tech giant, give them all their data, and that changed everything.
So now it's opened up, I suppose, a market that perhaps wasn't there before?
In fact, today you have the right for something else. You have the right to change. This is why we are fighting for years, just the right to choose an alternative. That changed everything. And if you are under the GDPR rules, his alternative or my alternative gives you the capability to give to your customers a guarantee of following these rules. So if you are from America, if you are from England, if you are from China, if you are from Africa, if you want to enter the European market and respect European laws, you can work with us today.
Okay. And I mean, Rand, voice assistants are one of those things that often worry people about what they're listening to. We hear all these stories about, other assistants that, picking up on conversations that are being had. How does this feed into the privacy conversation? And what, I suppose, do you offer that can comfort people that are worried that, their devices are listening to them?
So, I mean, I'm going to be very blunt here and say that the voice assistant that are currently in the market represent the worst of the internet. Effectively, they're a hyper-centralized system where all of your data is being piped to one company's servers, and you have no idea what's happening on their side. B, they actually use a lot of open source software, but they don't usually contribute back to the community. So they're literally using what our people are building. And as a developer, when you're building on top of these other voice assistants, whatever data you capture in your app is actually fed to the provider of the service, and you're just commoditized. So as a user, your data is being exploited, you get nothing in exchange. As a developer, you're being exploited, you get nothing in exchange. And so we're doing the exact opposites. Our voice assistant is 100% private by design. When you speak to a device that runs Snips, the device itself does the processing. Nothing is happening in the cloud. No data ever gets sent to the internet.
So as a result, it remains in the device?
Correct. So in your home, basically. What we're trying to show to people is that we can provide an alternative to the existing voice assistants, which is 100% private by design, 100% open source, and soon enough running actually on a blockchain.
And it's the software that you're developing. So how are you getting manufacturers to pick up on that? Or how easy is that conversation?
So we've got two businesses. On one end, we're selling our voice assistant as a white label solution for enterprise customers. So say you're building a TV or a car or a smart speaker, and you don't want to be dependent on Amazon and Google and all of these guys. You want control in your data, you want control in the user, you want to be GDPR compliant, you can use our technology for this. However, we're also launching next year a consumer product, which is effectively a hardware device with a voice assistant that anybody will be able to use in their homes. And this is really important for us because however much you might not care as an individual about privacy, you have to think about the fact that putting a microphone in your living room puts your whole family at risk of losing their privacy. So it's about your kids that can be recorded. It's about your friends that can be recorded. And so for us, there is no way that this makes sense, right? So we're very simply trying to, kill the bad AIs.
Well, I mean, AI is one of those things that, artificial intelligence is very exciting from one sense. It's also scary for a lot of people too. I mean, how do you, I suppose, keep that with the privacy side as well to make sure that, as you say, the bad AI isn't getting there first?
So it turns out that AI, however, I mean, I'd love it to be like in the movies, but it never will, right? It will remain a tool. The best AI will do are highly logical tasks. Emotional tasks will remain human tasks. What that means is that you need to start to understand that an AI is just a machine. You don't like it, you unplug it. However, it's a machine that can record you, that can help you, that can do great things. So if the people behind those AIs, building those AIs, aren't doing the right things, the AI will not do the right thing. I think it's a question of mindset. The companies using AI have to do it in a way that's protecting people's liberties, privacy, all these things.
I mean, what sort of role does it play when it comes to your business as well? Where do you see AI feeding into Qwant?
Search engine is just based on AI on all the part of the search. So AI, we use it every day. We just started using AI on medical surgery too. The whole difference is, do you want to do ethical AI? Or do you want to create an AI to replace humans? So if you want to bring AIs to help humans and to give them more capabilities, that's great. It's possible today. You can do it now, and you can even create something totally new in the medical industry too. But if what you want to do is using data from people to create an AI who will guide you or show you how to raise your children, then I think it's first of all a stupid idea, and I still prefer Star Trek or Star Wars to Matrix, because at the end of Matrix, we are controlled by machine. In Star Wars, okay, there is still good and bad people.
And do we need more regulation to control that then, to encourage the ethical side of AI?
The story is very simple. Think about government, think about people, think about users, think about home, think about industry, think about you. What do you want? Something to help you making a better newspaper today, or what we are doing right now? Or do you want something to replace you as the guy who asks me for something?
Yeah, I mean, it's the concern I think that many people have about whether or not it will replace us all in our various jobs.
Not true.
It will not.
Just play the good way, and we will all be helped. Like me, I will be able to talk with you in Corsican or French, and you will start to listen to me in English, in the good English this time.
Okay, Eric Leandri, co-founder and CEO of Qwant. Thank you very much. And Dr. Rand Hindi, co-founder and CEO of Snips. Thank you very much for speaking to us today. That's all from us for now, but you can get in touch with us with your thoughts on the topics we've been discussing on Facebook. You'll find us at France 24 Business, or you can tweet me at NewStephen. Until next time, thanks for watching.